Okay, so I checked the request, and the fic I saw was way better as a romance story. Besides, it involves a pairing I have been waiting to get to forever. Why does that feel Trixie with dread? I don't know. Why does my stomach feel cold? Oh, Trixie. Okay. So instead, I decided to have a little fun. You see, in case you guys have not noticed, we've been doing pretty good so far. We've been having a good fic, we've been doing good stories. And we just need to get out and go after fics that, well, just may not have aged as well or as good. And that's what I kind of want to talk about. We know bad when we see it sometimes. Like, for instance, My Kids' works are bad. Reality sex works are bad. But other times, we can find a fic that would be seen as mostly good by a lot of the people in the community, but something about it just irks you and makes you say, no, you don't like it. It's one of the reasons I'm afraid of ever watching Citizen Kane, because I'm afraid that I'll find myself not liking a classic that everybody says is the best ever. Just the same, I'm also afraid of watching a really bad movie, because then I'll be like, what are you guys talking about? I like this film. So that's what I want to take on today. It's a DBZ fic, because, let's face it, I haven't done a long-form DBZ fic in a while, that features a couple of things that irks me. Especially something that irks me about the DBZ fandom as a whole. And yeah, I'm kind of even including Team 4-Star on this. Thinking about Dragon Ball way too hard. Especially when it comes to this. Because, let's face it, I think I may be crazy, but I think I'm probably the only person in the world who takes Dragon Ball as it is. It's a silly, funny little series with over-the-top action, over-the-top power-ups, and over-the-top mess with gags that you may or may not enjoy, and power levels that make no sense because it's not supposed to. It's my comfort anime because I don't really think about it too hard, nor do I go, oh my god, everybody get outpoint everybody, yee! I just sit back and watch that. It's what Battle of Gods taught me. That the core of DBZ is fun, silliness, and over-the-top antics. I'm not expecting, oh god, I can discover new eye catches every single moment with, like, One Piece. I don't expect discussions of war like with Gundam. I expect one thing and one thing only when it comes to Dragon Ball. Fun. That said, here's No More Forgiveness by the Masked Otaku, which sounds like a superhero name. Let's begin. May 7th, age 784. You are there. Chapter 1. The 28th Tensakashi Budokai was well underway, and the sounds of fans cheering on the fires filled the air. It was meant to be a joyous occasion filled with friendly competition and the celebration of the world's savior, Mr. Satan. Unfortunately for one person, the good times were come to a disruptive halt. For an individual, what would happen would initiate a series of events that would forever change his family and their relationships with another. Son Gohan had been sitting next to his wife and his mother when he saw his father fight towards him on the tournament stage. "What's going on?" he shouted. Once his father got close enough, everyone had witnessed a rather unusual fight. He was trying to make sense as to why his father had left the stage. He was concerned something was wrong. Nothing could prepare him for what happened next. "Hey guys, I hate to do this." Goku started with a smile. Immediately, Gohan felt his stomach drop. You know what gets me? You know what gets me? You know what makes this hilarious? Team 4-Star did it this scene better. Even in Boo Bits, it was better. Goku continued, "But I just wanted to let you all know, I'm going to be living with Oob in this village so I can train him." Without any hesitation, he started to fly off. "Goku!" Chi-Chi, he's cried out. Her son could hear the pain in her voice. Okay, guys, I have a lot of problems with Chi-Chi. I still do. And I know what I just said about taking things seriously. So, I just want to say this. Any future rants you hear me give out about Chi-Chi, any arguments, insults I will direct to her way, are not to be taken seriously. They are meant to be over the top, ranty, and silly. Because just as I think overthinking certain scenes of Dragon Ball are silly. That said, let's continue. The scene stopped to turn back around. I don't know how many years this is going to take, but I promise I'll visit you guys. Thank you for understanding. To Gohan, this seemed like an afterthought, as his father had almost forgotten to tell him how long he would be gone. His head started to spin. What does this mean? Everything was happening so fast. He just wanted to talk this out. He spoke up again. But we don't understand. You're leaving for good? Well, sort of, Goku returned nonchalantly. Then without further conversation, he flew down to where Goten and Trunks were. Sort of? Gohan questioned. What the hell did that mean? His father just spent less than 30 seconds saying goodbye to his family, telling you he was sort of leaving for good, to go live with the perfect stranger he just met. None of this made any sense. Why? Why was he doing this to them? Because Akira Toriyama was searching for an ending. Not again, Chi-Chi lamented. Gohan didn't have much time to process his father's goodbye before he went into something far worse than had just occurred. Something that would be forever burned into his psyche. Goku dropping trowel. Grandpa! Pan cried out as she rushed towards Goku. Grandpa, you can't go away. Tell me it's not true. Gohan's eyes widened as something was triggered deep within him. You know, considering what we've seen on Dragon Ball Super, I wonder if he has a better relationship with Piccolo. Hey-oh! It was like looking at his past. The tears, the plea to stay. He'd seen this scenario play out so many times with himself, and now his daughter was experiencing the same thing. Yeah, like how Gohan pleaded for Goku to stay during the free... Okay. Raditz! He pleaded for Goku to stay during No, wait, he was dead at the time. Okay. The Cell Games, maybe. But Goku wasn't even there during the Frieza part where he said he couldn't come back, and that was just Akira Toriyama sticking for an ending. For a split second, he thought perhaps his father might have a change of heart and decide not to leave. That feeling, however, quickly dismissed when he saw Goku continue his goodbyes with all the others at this brief conversation with Pan. It seemed so routine, just like what he experienced in his childhood. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Goku, you were here 8 years. By now, we're kind of dull to it. His father would say something to calm Pan down, so he would feel better. He would leave, then, after a month or so, would come to heartache. The days of Vu was what I'm coming to. Episode had stunned Gohan. So much so, the next thing he knew, his father was flying off of Lube on his back. As they faded off into the distance, Chi-Chi crumbled to her seat, distraught from the news that her husband was gone once again. With Goku, who knew when he'd be back, even for a visit, young Demi-Satan, filled with emotion, put his feelings on hold and focused his energy on comforting his mother. As he and Fidel held Chi-Chi calmed down, he overheard Krillin say behind him, 4-star straight. 4-star straight. You know, I've not seen Goku smile like that for a long time. For a second, Gohan shut his eyes and took a deep breath to maintain his self-control. It was that smile he hoped he would never see again. For Gohan, that smile meant a distant mother, a distraught mother, a sad daughter, a brother who was probably beyond confused, and memories of a past he wanted to forget. Hey, Gohan, and this is all to all you people who complain that Goku is a bad father for leaving all these times. Do you know the problem with your Goku leaving all the time is? 9 times out of 10, Goku didn't have a choice. I know we love the Team 4-star Bison joke, but, problem. With Raditz, he died. Kinda had no choice there. He kinda got shish-kebabbed by Piccolo. If you wanted to blame somebody, blame Piccolo. Frieza, again. Searching for an ending. We have no idea why Goku said it, but let's just say he refused out of trouble. Number 3. It was purely selfless. That's 3 times. You compared to all the other times he stayed. As for the rest of the staff and audience, it soon became apparent to them that neither Goku or Oob were coming back. However, instead of starting back up, there was a hold on the rest of the tournament. Several minutes passed as staff members were lulled around the arena. What's going on? Marion asked her mother. 18 was a bit puzzled herself. I'm not sure. I thought they would just consider it a forfeit for Goku and that Oob guy, and continued on with the other fights. Which is what a normal tournament would do, but this is Dragon Ball. Eventually, the announcer of the tournament came out of the fighting stage. He'd been arguing with other staff members and was clearly uncomfortable with what other team was about to make. This doesn't look good, Trunks said out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, the announcer nervously, we apologize for the late. We had to consult the rule book regarding what we do next. Someone from the crowd yelled in response, let's continue on with the tournament. There was a tear in agreement. The announcer was now physically thinking, yes, well, according to the official rulebook of the Tenkaichi Budokai, if both participants in a match in the finals forfeit, a winner cannot be declared. Then the tournament is to be cancelled. Immediately, people started booing and throwing things from the stands. What a waste of time. Vegeta rolled his eyes as he left for the locker room. Oh, man, Goten groaned. Meanwhile, the announcer was trying his best to explain the rationale behind the rule, dodging what was thrown at him. This is because the next contender, who would have fought the winner at this fight, wouldn't have anyone to fight. Therefore, they would automatically win the next match, creating an unfair advantage in comparison to the other contestants. This did little appease the crowd, as many continued to hurl insults and objects. Others had begrudgingly accepted the ruling and started to leave. 18 sighed. Well, there you have it. So he then turned to everyone else. Time to go home. Gohan, who had still been trying to help his distressed mother, couldn't believe what was happening. The abrupt departure by his father had inevitably affected not just his family, but also everyone at the tournament, since it was now cancelled. And of course, he isn't here to suffer the consequences of his actions. That's for all of us to endure, again. I repeat my earlier statement that he did try to atone for the consequences of his actions, but thanks to Boo, got thrown off of his retirement plan! He thought to himself. At this point, despite the fact that he wasn't verbalizing his feeling, his wife began to notice something amiss with him. So he got a sense that he was a little frustrated with everything that had just happened. The tournament can't be cancelled. I still want to fight, Pan protested. So you trained rather hard for this and didn't want to leave without a chance to have at least one more match. Well, hey, if you guys want me to be a little bit miffed at something about the tournament, I still had to laugh. There's no way the ending of Z can work now. Oh, I know Toriyama says, it's still canon. But, this is the same guy who forgot what SSJ2 looked like. I'm not going to put much effort or put much plausibility in his lines of what canon is. Her uncle, who stood beside her, agreed. Yeah, didn't want to come all this way for nothing. Seeing the disappointed looks on his family and friends in the VIP section, overhearing the conversation between Goten and Pan, Trunks got an idea. As the announcer approached them to head to the exit, the Demi-Satan stopped him. Hey, mister, can we still use the stage for a match? Well, the tournament's cancelled, so even if you did have a match, it wouldn't be official. Trunks held up his hands. I know. Just for fun. My friend and his niece don't want to have a chance to fight. Announcer looked down. They certainly was a competitive group. Listen, you guys do what you want. I can't stop you. Our arena's closing down, so other staff members will eventually see you out. That's right. I'll leave you now before anyone who wants to blame me for all this. With that, he departed. Great! Trunks pounded his fist. Hey, Goten, Pan, you guys want to fight? The two looked down perplexed. Okay, yeah, but who are we fighting? Goten asked. Each other. His friend replied. Goten and Pan looked at each other. His clarity were hesitant, so Trunks continued. It won't count anything. The bleachers are almost clear, but you guys said you wanted at least one more mass. Well, this is your chance. Pan smiled. Yeah, let's do it! Goten looked at her, to Trunks, then back down finally agreeing. Sure, why not? Don't worry, Pan. I'll go easy on you. Your funeral, Trunks muttered under his breath. What was that? Goten asked. I said you guys should head to the States. We probably don't have much time before we get kicked out. I'll go tell the others so they don't miss it. Trunks then flew up to where his family said, Wait, does Vic remember that everyone could fly? Oh. Oh. You and I are going to have problems, Vic. You just remember the basic ability that, made me have certain disagreements with people who are mad about this ending. Goten and Pan were going to have a match with each other before they all headed out. Everyone was immediately receptive to the idea and started to cheer them on. Gohan took his opportunity to refocus his mother's energy. As the fight began, he encouraged her to learn how to fly so that way she could fight Goku. He also taught her how to set his ki, and thus the rest of the fight couldn't happen. Oh, I'm sorry. I was kind of hoping that Chi-Chi would actually provide something for Dragon Ball and, remember she could actually fight at one point and she had full ability to learn how to fly. I'm sorry. I thought Chi-Chi was useful. My apologies. I'll never do that again. While she was still devastated by her husband leaving, so she learned how to fly, she quickly got swept up in the energy of those around her and followed her son's lead as they both cheered on and cheering. Little did she know, her son wasn't affected by what had happened. He was letting it go on. Gohan's own cheering was just a mask for the emotions he continued to bottle up. So, Gohan didn't care about Pan having fun? Once again, Videl felt something was off. She and Gohan shared a special bond, as he could always tell what he was feeling. This time, however, he seemed to be hiding exceptionally well. In fact, she even questioned her intuition. Maybe it's just all the excitement, she told herself, but the thought that something was wrong still lingered. Pan and Goten continued to battle in front of the near-empty stadium, cheered on by their family and friends. As last of the crowd exited the tournament arena, staff members began to approach the stage to ask them to leave. As they were about to put a halt to the fight, Pan laid a finishing blow to her uncle. A hard smack across the cheek that had him colliding down the stage, unable to get back up before Trunks finished the countdown. We have a winner! He shouted as he held up Pan's arm in victory. Everyone else cheered. When the last unofficial match finished, the tournament was over. Before they knew it, the Z-Gang... Z-Warriors, please, were making their way to Capsule Corps Airbus to go back to their respective homes. Because, why fly, right? I mean, Krillin, Gohan, and Videl, you guys can fly. Why bother? As they want, they were alive with congratulations and stories from the day. Oh, dang, quick! Pan screamed as she held out her certificate, showing participation in the Kaiichi Budokai. Wow, Pan, that's great, Videl said, picking up her daughter. We're so proud of you, Gohan reiterated, rubbing her hair. So, Goten, how's your cheek? Trunks teased his friend, pointing at the red mark caused by Pan during their match. Goten just grumbled underneath his breath as he rubbed his sullen face. Everyone laughed and continued to talk about the tournament. The mood was rather joyous and carefree until the inevitable came up. Man, you guys really wrecked that stage, Yamcha commented. Well, in fairness, it was Goku who did most of the damage, Krillin retorted. It was the mere mention of his name that caused Gohan's mood to change once again. Oh, shoot. Is Gohan on a rag? He's getting mood swings. This time it was cleared for Videl. While he wasn't showing it on the outside, she could tell he was angry. She correctly gathered that he was concealing his emotions as not to upset anyone else. That being said, Videl wasn't the only one who noticed. Goku's name was mentioned. Piccolo recognized very subtle change to Gohan's ki. It wasn't an increase or decrease, but simply a change. It would only be natural for him to be a little distressed, but this was feeling different. Very different. Bulma sighed and looked up to the sky. I can't believe Goku just left training in the middle of the tournament. Well, that's Goku for you. Always to pursue training and getting stronger, Krillin said, trying to make the situation easier. Gohan looked down for Pan's reaction, but luckily she had fallen asleep in Videl's arms. Oh! He looked at his wife, who was already looking at him, and immediately put on a fake smile. But she wasn't fooled. Conversations continued onto the plane as they flew home together. Collectively, everyone just brushed off Goku's exit as typical Goku. For Gohan, however, seeing his father leave had triggered something in him. Memories and feelings he couldn't shake. This is the last straw, he thought to himself. No more. You guys know what my biggest issue with people complaining about the ending is? And this whole thing? Gohan can fly.